turned me into such. All you granted me was lust. And what I seemed to have grown was lust. Are you displeased? Are you angry? My mighty my angels' wings have been bruised and restrained. Those who break to blood are so fumes in vain. So believe in me and direct, I'm your leader today. Rise! So speak for me, little sister. Wanna leave you for another mister. Leave you in a pool of water. The water is my alma mater. I hate my software, I hate my health, I hate my encore, and no one else, and my breath, and my...
Alright, audio's live.
All right, then welcome back everyone to our next episode of Here Be Dragons. Who will be giving us a recap this time?
Richard, you want it or I want it?
I got it, sure, why not?
Okay.
Doop-a-doop-a-doo. So, after the events of, not the last session, but the session before that, people just kind of traveled. Lara was keeping to herself, and we traveled the rest of the way to Waterdeep. Only interacting
wonder
with
why.
us as much as she had to. I wonder why. Lessla, was then like, what should we do before our next thingamajig? I'm gonna be doing some sniffing. And then everyone was like, we don't really know, but we'll do it. We'll do what we really have to. Do some things, sightseeing, checking up on things. Sapphire's asked just check in every now and then at the guild, see what she can find. As we approach the gates, however, we noticed that there's a bit more security and that kind of more checking people a bit more than they usually do. The momentary panic, because we all wonder if we have any contraband on us. We are stopped and asked to sort of wait. While sort of like waiting and examining the guards, Lessla and Cheese realize, they've actually been ordered to do something by someone who has a very high rank. After a good while of waiting, three people approach: a mage, a ranger of some type, and a warrior of some type. We were then asked to meet with the Lord Blackstaff. We are led through the city. Lessla walking like a proud cock, and Corvus hiding amongst the horses, which is the and then everyone else is somewhere in between those two. We make it to. We go to the House of Wonder. A big deal. Lessla is like, oh fuck Mistra. Everyone's like, why fuck Mistra? And she's like, just the whole thing. So we then go to inside, go up some stairs, hear some sort of argument. It seems that the argument between an Efreet and the Lord Blackstaff himself, to which the Lord Blackstaff hangs up. You're invited in, sit at a table, food is summoned magically as well as cutlery. A boy gets a giant leg of meat. He inquires about each one of us, showing that he's done some level of research into all of us. Lessla is, of course, more than happy to say how great she is. Jesus explains a little bit of how her magic kind of works, or how she understands it. Sapphire finds out that his apprentices have shopped at her brother's store, and he has heard some tale of someone who he believes to be Corvus, which, of course, denies. They're also looking into the disappearance of Syndra's brother, and just wishing Laura a good time. He mentions a couple private teams he sent out to look into this Thousand Fang business related to the vault. Lessla mentions that he would not let us know about this unless there was something more to it. Of course, gives a comment believing that it may be not as good a thing as she implies, which he chuckles. He then orders us to join a group that is focused on the protection of the city. Doesn't tell us what we get out of it. It just tells us that we could. Of course, Lesla's like, yeah, that could increase my power and my ability because I'm part of a secret society. The only other person to even question it is Sapphire. After he leaves, though, we have a little talk, and it comes to there's some hesitation from Cheese, which doesn't mention anything really about it. He just sort of stays quiet. After that, Cheese, before we leave, Cheese walks around the room for a bit, just pacing, sees a mirror, looks away from the mirror, it winks, and she studies it for the next 2 minutes trying to figure out what's going on in the mirror. And then after that, we kind of just left and began our business of what we were doing. That was kind of the session.
Yeehaw!
All right then. Getting back into it, we're going to, instead of jumping back to the rest of the group, gonna jump right out here towards the gates up this way to a small little group that's attracting a bit of attention as they line up to get inside the city. They're noticeable for a few reasons, one of which is the very distinctive style of armor that they're wearing that doesn't match the guards around them, and it's actually a little bit nicer. The very well-maintained blades at their sides, and also the fact that they're not of a race that people typically see around. Certainly, it's not common to see individuals who, for the one that does have a hood up, glow out from underneath of it. That is a bit of an oddity. It's also very unsettling to look into their eyes and see your own face staring back. Regardless, they seem to take very little. They seem to take very little notice of what everyone else thinks of them, keeping more to themselves than actually having any kind of conversation with those around them. And with that, Knight, we're gonna go ahead and have you, say what you're doing up here.
I don't know.
So, the lot of you have been, essentially the five of you have been sent here to, in your own way, however it is you wish to do it. You need to get some more information about this dragon sighting, as that's very important to your people. However you go about doing that is up to you, but the five of you have been sent out because, well, they have faith that you'll get it done, or at the very least, it's a test to see if you will. You only know two of these others. Those ones you've had some conversation with before. You've trained with them. The only woman in the group, Besky. You know her to be a bit of a more stoic individual. She doesn't talk as much, but whenever she speaks, there's meaning behind what she says. As for the other one, Petrick. Petrick is the precise opposite of that. He's probably one of the most, how should I say this? One of the most impulsive individuals you have ever met. Very loud and very proud of himself, but he has good reason to be. He's one of the better swordsmen that you've ever met. Then again, you've met a very small number that are in your tribe or clan. Still, him being one of the better ones is saying a lot about him, as there are some quite skilled individuals there. You're currently standing in line. There's quite a few carriages. Everyone around seems to kind of be taking notice of you and then very quickly looking away, not really wishing to deal with whatever you are.
Fair
And
enough,
you're
I
seeing a
guess.
lot of...
Said fair enough, I guess.
Yeah.
Scared of glowing people. Shaking my head.
Yeah, this is not something you're entirely unused to, though you don't really come to the material plane all that often. It's kind of the vibe you get whenever you encounter other individuals there.
I guess just kind of waiting to get in the city.
All right. As you're waiting, it's Petrick. He's the first one to speak up to you. So, how do you plan on going about finding this dragon that they're all talking about?
I mean, it's a dragon. It really can't be that hard to find, can it?
That should be the case, but it's taken them, what, 400 years to find one?
Well, Moradin willing, we'll find it quicker.
I mean, there's that, but we gotta start the place where they haven't been looking. Clearly, they've been doing it wrong if they haven't found him already.
I mean, I don't know about you, but I haven't really looked at a recent map of the material realm in... I don't think I've ever looked at a map made in the last 1,000 years of the material realm. We don't really have very many. So I have no idea where they've been looking and not looking.
Besky's the one to speak up. The maps of this one aren't the most defined. They have a lot of blank spaces that they don't really fill. You only really know the surface.
That's unhelpful.
This is the one where our people first came from. They weren't helpful then.
I suppose that's true. Perhaps we would be better off asking locals for where to purchase a map then? Once we get into the city, that is.
Besky simply gives you a shrug, and Petrick gives you a firm clap on the shoulder. I'm gonna let you handle that one. I'm gonna go around and start asking anyone who seems actually capable. maybe look for a dwarf. They might have a bit more knowledge than any of the humans around here.
I wish you luck.
The other two you haven't met, they kind of nod in agreement with him. Besky herself just remains silent. As you continue to make your way along this line, you are eventually greeted by the guards, who they regard you skeptically, but after a few questions and only you and Besky actually being able to speak common, the others having to make do with Dwarvish and the one guard who seems to have an understanding of it. They eventually come to the conclusion this is another group of strange adventurers, and nothing weird. Certainly not the weirdest things they've seen. The hippos with muskets would have to take the cake for that.
I
And
love GIF funny people.
yeah, you're given a lecture about, don't cause trouble. We won't give you any, and keep that sword in its sheath. And you're allowed entry.
Yippee.
Cutting back over to everybody else.
Hello.
Yeah.
The one thing that has become apparent in the couple days it's been since your conversation with the Blackstaff, Lyari has not been interested in continuing with this group. It is just not to his taste.
Well, not unexpected considering that we kind of basically kidnapped him.
Yeah, no, that is very
He
much
didn't
true.
have to come with us back to war. That was his choice.
Yeah, but everything before that was us
Yeah, it's
kidnapping
his
him.
He had free will the entire time.
I am pretty sure
Left
that is where he and Lara were going prior to meeting you all. So
Yeah. So it's just...
Honestly, I don't know.
He was just walking through the town.
yeah. Lara and Zarfea, though, they will be sticking with you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Albeit maybe not as actively.
Mm-hmm.
Lara's adamant she's not a fighter. And Zarfea is pretty blunt with you. She's not good at talking to people. If you need her for that, you're out of luck.
Yeah.
She's good at breaking things and people, but not talking to them.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's why I'm making a mole.
Sapphire has elected to take some time off, saying there are some family matters that she needs to address, and refusing to elaborate further on that.
It's family matter. I don't expect a family woe. That's fine.
I need you to tell me everything about your family right here and now.
Yeah.
Starting with social security numbers.
All right.
Looking very uncomfortable as she mentions family matters, quote unquote. You're unable to coax more information.
Oh, I still have enough money left.
Excuse me while I die.
Let's see.
However, you have been informed by a bit of a issue from the Adventurers Guild. Not that you all aren't capable, and not that Lara and Zarfea aren't either, but given the two of them having some reluctance to be with you for everything, the fact that you're down a member losing Innick is gonna hamper the commissions they're able to give you.
Yeah.
Well, I was planning to go into the city anyway. If I see anybody, that might be a good fit.
Lessla says it's... just randomly wandering around looking for someone to join an adventuring party is quite troublesome. I'm going to be returning to the smithy, After all, I only just finished the tools I needed when I'm away from the smithy proper. If there are any solo adventurers, more than likely they'd be going to a smith to maintain their gear. So I will do my best to convince any of them to come to join us.
I'll keep my eyes open.
And I look to Corvus, and I assume you will be as stoic as usual.
He, imagine, like, for whatever reason, they're not here. Turns to Lessla. I believe I'll be accompanying Miss Cheese.
You would be so kind.
Well, Lessla nods and says, well then, I will send Clouth if I do happen to find a new recruit, and I would hope that you somehow have a way of sending a message to me, and I will look at Cheese.
Figure out a way.
Actually,
There should be a
I
need
think
for
I
that.
have a scroll of Animal Messenger, even if you don't have it prepared.
Yeah, I don't have Animal Messenger.
I keep the scrolls I have in notes.
I do, but I do not have it prepared.
Yeah.
One way or another, you will know. Worst comes to worst, it will just have to wait until this evening.
I have an identify scroll.
Good for you, Lady Silverster.
I just realized that. I've been like trying to like parcel out my money so I have enough money left to buy a pearl for identify, and then I just realized I have a scroll of identify.
A pearl of identify means you can do it whenever you want. A scroll
Yeah.
means you can do it once. So,
The scroll means I can do it once, yes, but it means I can do it once without a pearl.
yes.
Yes. Just make sure you copy the scroll first.
Oh, I already know identify. Identify
okay, never
is
mind.
like
No, and when you learn a spell from a scroll, it disintegrates.
Mhm.
You also have to make a check. You learn from a scroll. Or don't learn it. Yeah. If you learn from a spell book, you're fine. But if you learn from a scroll, you have to make a check.
yeah. Either way is
You'll be fine. You're good at Arcana.
I am really good at Arcana. That being said, as I already have Identify, it's like the most necessary spell to have as a wizard. The first two spells, Find Familiar, Identify, even though I technically have not used Find Familiar ever because I have Clout.
It's fun playing in a game where there's no identify. It's great.
Just pick up the weapon, attune to it, see what happens. Sometimes it's cursed, sometimes it's not.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess I'll be heading to the smithy.
All right.
Um,
And where are
Cheese is going-
Cheese and Corvus headed?
Cheese is going to look up for Corvus.
Corvus, do you know of any bookstores?
Double.
If you wouldn't mind taking me to one. I'd like to buy a book.
What that book we're looking for here?
Oh, one of the one that Lara likes.
Right. Yeah, he will.
And he just stares at her.
No, he seems like he does understand the significance of it. So he's like, Alright, sure. Just buying a gift for Lara. Yeah. Corvus will lead her to one of the bookstores he probably knows about.
Cheese will follow.
You come to the city often, Corvus?
Once a month. Why?
I'm just curious. In all honesty, this is the first city I've ever been to. A proper one, anyways. I've been to towns and such, but city, big.
I can imagine that's experience.
Mm.
Someone who lived most of their life in the forest.
Forests like you, but I don't know. I'm used to colder weather. In truth,
It'll get pretty cold here soon.
I don't mind the cold.
Suppose we go to the bookstore.
Yeah.
Yeah, go to the bookstore.
So there are a few around.
Mm.
Some of the nicer ones would actually be over in the C ward.
Okay, that's not too bad. Seaward or
Over in this area.
Okay, yeah, that's not too rich a place that Corvus will get kicked out of, right? Oh, if he's
Really,
traveling,
the rich places are the Castle
Yeah.
ward and then the North ward.
Yeah.
The C ward is there's a lot of temples and other places like that over there. There are some residences, but there's
Yeah.
a lot more. Like this
Yeah.
is where the temples to Mistra, Saluna, and other various places
Right.
are located.
Well, the temple district. So it's not the temple district, but it's temple district with a few
No, it's where the big ones are though.
big ones. I gotcha.
There are temples
Which
scattered
would mean
throughout all of
anyone
Waterdeep.
really be there, and they won't really question it.
Yeah. There are even some religions, some deities they don't have temples. They are simply worshipped in homes, and certain homes and cellars have become gathering grounds for followers of that faith.
All
Such as
heads
The
fall.
dwarves are especially guilty of this.
That's fine. That's what they do.
Sune is probably one
It
of
is
those
it.
gods.
Waterdeep can only be worshipped underground.
God damn it.
You're not wrong. It is more of the fact that they prefer to do this thing in private, not make a spectacle of it.
Yeah.
Some of the more violent deities, such as the Orc Pantheon, for any orcs or half-orcs that do call the city home, that would be another one that would be kept more under wraps,
Under
as that
DL.
those are not deities that are especially
They're not-
favored.
Yes. That is a word for that.
Yeah. Anyways, Cheese wants to buy a smut book.
So if you're
Wow.
looking for that specifically,
Yeah.
Yes, Cheese is. She's looking for the exact same author that Lara reads as well.
You might need to go to the castle ward for that.
Yeah, maybe not.
Maybe not.
that's something that's sold in many bookstores. Truthfully, it would be smaller ones that openly sold it. But most bookstores will have a private collection that they'll happily bring out if you ask.
Yeah. Like, if you literally drop the author's name, and be like, yeah, you know that author.
Side eye coming from the bookkeeper who.
Yeah, the two fully adult people.
There are
Like this.
there are certain. You do know that there are certain individuals that are more likely to carry it. If you go to a dwarven-run bookstore, you will not find what you're looking for.
Oh, it's all.
The dwarven bookstore is all technical manuals.
Yeah.
Dwarves have no need for such frivolities.
Hey,
But the one run by an elf, half-elf, or halfling, especially halfling, would be far more open to that sort of thing.
I'd probably say cause a tick go for a halfling one because halflings are less judgmental than elves.
Mhm.
Yes,
On
but
average.
You're not wrong.
yes, but
I know
the
they're
elves
moon
will have the
elves,
better
but still.
collection.
Not about a collection, but we only need.
You only need one book.
We need one.
If you're looking for
Yeah,
trash,
well-
you need the halfling. If you're looking for quality in classics, you need the elf.
Well, one man's trash.
Mm-hmm.
What would this constitute? I don't. I guess if it's a famous author. Would it constitute trash, or would it constitute?
Given what it is, yesn't.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
See,
Let's
that's
just go to the
um,
halfling
that's the
place.
answer I thought.
As for actually finding these bookstores, Corvus, I do want you to just roll a.
History.
I'm gonna say just a straight wisdom.
Okay.
Okay. Do I get
Hey,
any no advantage from being
You
in
have
my
advantage, yes. It's not a very high check either.
and a wisdom check?
Yeah,
When you
because
really wish.
I know your character. You're gonna be going around getting. Okay, 20.
Oh,
I know books.
Yeah, you
Apparently.
know books. Books are your forte. Even if this type of book isn't something you'd usually go for. Not sure if it is or not, but
I read
regardless.
books. I don't buy books. This is new.
Uh-huh.
Well, the problem
You know one particular halfling who is very, very enthusiastic about all manners of books. He doesn't particularly care about what the title of the book is, just as long as it is a book and it is readable.
oh, I love him.
Anyway, I was reading this tech manual on the intricacies of cart crafting. Oh, cart crafting! Wonderful.
If you mention a book to him and he hasn't read it, you can bet the next time you come in he will have.
Alright,
Oh,
fair
that's
enough.
cute. I suppose we'll go to him.
Yeah.
All right, so this particular bookshop is called Parchment of Plenty,
All right.
and it usually has a sizable amount of individuals in there, largely because anyone who gets into a conversation with this halfling, they will be there for a while.
Oh.
Jover being his name. Jover is pretty well known. He's an older halfling. He's not old, but he's reaching towards the end of middle-aged. Late 50s, early 60s, somewhere in there. Kind fellow.
Cheese will walk in.
I'll just say, as we walk in, Corvus will just for a moment enjoy the smell.
Yes, Cheese does
For
too.
a moment enjoy the smell.
That good book smell. Is it like used bookstore smell, or is it like Barnes and Noble bookstore smell?
Yes.
There's a little bit of both.
Okay.
Like you can tell he definitely trades in books. You can see there is definitely some like that, but he also is getting in new shipments. It is not sorted especially well. Like this is your father's garage sorting.
Ah.
You have no idea where anything is, but he knows where everything is.
Oh, I get you to talk to him.
Mm-hmm.
Which one is the one that owns it?
Corvus will glance around. Do I see? Was it Jova?
Yes.
Jover, yes.
Jova.
One-
Jova.
One Jover fat braid. He can be found over. He's currently chatting with what seems to be a slightly uncomfortable-looking elf. You know that face very well, Corvus. He's overstayed his welcome talking about this particular book. He's in what he claims to be the cooking section. In actuality, that's only about half of them are actually cookbooks.
Of course,
And
of
they
course.
seem to be discussing something in regards to that.
Of course, will kind of take a breath, walk up, and just when he feels he's a safe distance, will just clear his throat.
So you walk up and you start hearing the beginnings of the conversation, or
Yeah.
well, not beginnings, but this point in the conversation. Now this one here is on dwarf cuisine. Dwarf cuisine, very, very challenging for the palate. The dwarves wouldn't think that, so don't tell them I said so. But if you're looking for something delicious, this is not the place you're going to want to go. It is a fascinating read, though.
Excuse me.
Yes, lass? The elf scurries away.
I was like, okay, good. Good deed for the day.
I was wondering, did you have any books by fuck's his name? It's
Well,
impossible to pronounce whatever it was.
someone
I can-
defaulted.
That one.
Valerian the Vaunted. I believe I know that is who you're talking about, yes?
I
Yes,
believe
yes.
so.
I know exactly what you're looking for. I keep those ones over in that pile.
Think you
Which
can
one?
leave.
There are a few.
Oh, just
in that
follow me,
general
lass.
vicinity.
Corvus
Okay.
also follows.
And he starts hobbling his way over there.
I have to
makes
ask,
his
he's,
way and
he's
starts,
a stout. He's a stout
yeah.
halfling, isn't he? Yeah.
He is. He is a rather stout halfling. He starts going through them. You can see he's basically just transferring the entirety of the pile into a new location. At one
Is he
point,
like
kind of.
is he moving a ton of books at once? Or is it like
Not really.
small
He's
bits
kind
I
of
small
imagine
moving
he's
like
just like
one.
grabbing him and tossing him over his
This
shoulder.
is a pile. At one point, several of them fall over, and he very like deftly, like slides the whole lot of them over his head and back onto the pile where they kind of clatter in place.
This place
Now
is
I know
lovely.
I had them over here. Yes, there they are, underneath these by the gentleman by the name of Voldel.
Boring. What are these ones?
And Cheese is
She's
gonna
just
start
gesturing.
looking. Yeah,
So
Cheese will
these
start
ones are
looking.
a little bit used. These ones are traded in. I have this one individual comes in, trades these in all the time, always looking for a new one. Sometimes they trade back. It's not important.
Do you
Oh, you
have
cut the
any
conversation
new
there.
copies?
So what exactly are you looking for by him? Because he has written a lot.
Is there anything that's new?
New.
Mhm.
He does have one new one. Came out only a few months ago. Let me see
What
if
is
I
it?
can find you a copy.
I'll pay whatever price.
Think you can.
No, there's no need for that, lass. I'm not going to charge you unfairly. Wouldn't be proper. Wouldn't be neighborly. I'm assuming if you're in Waterdeep, you're neighbors. I'll take that as a yes. No need to hurt
He's
yourself
gonna
thinking that. And he starts
Cheese is
digging
gonna
through
lean
the
down
books.
to Corvus.
What's a neighbor?
You don't need to lean down. Well, like close to the same height. You don't need to lean down.
She's used to having to do that, okay?
He just crouches, talking into his pectoral.
She's used to Lessla.
Talking to his
She's used to
pectoral.
Lessla.
Corvus,
Or
what's a neighbor?
as she leans down, Corvus will lean down as well.
This side, just the halfly, like arm over arm, throwing books into a pile, digging out from this mess. As the two of you
One
crouch
second.
behind him, whispering.
I resent that.
How to talk to small people? Cheese. No. Anyway, a neighbor, someone who lives usually close by or within the same place.
we're not neighbors, but I appreciate the sentiment.
Oh, I see. I'm very sorry.
No,
Let-
Waterdeep kind of is terrible. I don't like it very much. But your store is nice.
Oh, thank you, lass. I'm very glad to hear that. Sorry you don't like our fair city, though.
There are too many people.
Hmm, truthfully, I must say, I sometimes miss the marshes. I sometimes miss the Sea of Fallen Stars. That's where I grew up, you know.
Oh?
Your
Okay.
Fallen
Yes,
Stars.
lovely place.
That the one next, like the one to the west, or is that?
The Sea of Falling
the east?
Stars is the vast inlet sea.
Yeah,
Inside
I was thinking. I was like, that's
Yes.
what I was still checking.
Yeah, you do know that is where a lot of halflings call home. It's a very,
Yeah.
it's the area is very rich in them, and the culture shows it.
But it's
This
like,
just
if you
sounds
like,
absolutely wonderful.
why'd you move in the first place, though?
Oh well, I was getting a bit all up in the years, and truth be told, although I like the jovial nature, sometimes the people around there, my own folk, they get a bit too much. Sometimes you want something that's a little bit more structured when you're getting up a bit older. And Waterdeep certainly is that. A lot more structured.
I suppose that's one way of putting it.
Ah, here we are. Valeria Vivantid's most recent work.
Give it to us.
Oh my.
What is it?
Hmm?
Give it to us. Kill us. Give it to us.
He looks at looks at oh my and look and
He just has the most innocent expression on her face.
Oh, yeah.
he,
the
he
Corvus just-
whispers very very gently, a fleshy and horny Fazana's tiefling lover.
This one will be perfect.
I see. Well, I'm glad you like it.
Corvus, what do you think?
I think Corvus is now only realizing what type of book you're looking for.
No, he knew. He was told. The complicated title goes, that's a lot of words. But just to describe something.
And how much does it cost?
Well, it is new and he is a somewhat popular author, albeit in a niche audience. This one, I'll say, only 2 pieces of silver.
Wow, that's real
Oh.
cheap.
And she reaches into her little coin purse and pulls out a platinum piece.
Does this pay for that?
And then some loss. Let me see if I can break it for you.
It was the book.
Wait, I thought people didn't break money. I thought breaking money was bad.
No, lass. A figure of speech, a local dialect.
Make it small.
Exactly.
You can
Like
see
Corvus
the odds
reaches-
and Jesus'
Corvus-
head.
Corvus will
Give
pull out
you
2
the
coins.
difference in the price.
Yes.
Oh,
Corvus will pull out 2 coins, a silver coin and a gold coin, and he'll explain the basics of currency while this guy's doing that.
The, Lessla would have already tried.
yeah,
Corvus is
they're all just
more
pretty.
close to Jesus' intellectual level. You're like, what do you see? And Corvus is just like very simple, like, this is worth 10 of this is worth 10 of that. And
And
then
why would you even have copper pieces in the first place? They're useless.
This
Well,
is
yes,
worth 5, I think.
yeah, Corvus has 1 electrum. It's like, just electrum, please. We don't talk about these. Throws it away.
It's like dimes. No one uses dimes, but they're still there.
Well,
After a while, of you doing
Breaking it
this,
down. Yeah.
and Jover, you can see he's. It looks like he's gone through most of the money box.
Oh.
And it is a mixture of coppers and silvers and a few gold, but it's mostly coppers and silvers.
Yeah.
Alright. Here you are, Loss. Let me just count it. He very, very quickly counts it. You can tell he's done this a lot before. Alright. And here you are, Loss. I hope you enjoy, and I hope you come back. And by all
I'll make
means,
sure to.
please tell me if you enjoy it.
Oh, it's not for me, actually.
Oh, I see, a gift for a friend. Well,
Yeah.
then all the better.
Wonderful.
Mr. Fat Braid,
Yes, lad.
I was wondering, do you have any knowledge or books that detail old people who used to live in Waterdeep?
Well, that would be more along the lines of the city records. You can find those in, well, there are a few places that would have copies of it. I suppose it depends on the district.
Alright. Okay.
Was there
Alright.
anything else I could help you all with?
I'm okay. Corvus, do you need anything? I'm assuming that's a no. What about you, boy? You want a book?
Boy looks at the book, sniffs it, and, sneezes.
Oh,
It is a little dusty, isn't it?
That one has been there a long time. For a while I was using it as a paperweight. It wasn't that good.
Whoa, what is it?
Cheese will pick it up.
It is, it appears to be a catalog of songs and of minstrel songs. When you open it, you realize why these are all in Draconic. This is a Dragonborn set of compositions.
Ah. Oh, I wonder if Nick would have liked these. Oh well.
Unfortunately, as unique as it is, Dragonborn throat singing isn't very popular in Waterdeep.
Uh.
Or anywhere, really.
We just had someone we were traveling with. And he was a dragonborn. I wonder if they would have liked them.
It's
Those,
possible.
Those lost art mediums.
Anyways, I think I don't need anything else from here.
Well, thank you for your quickness.
Not at all. Always happy to help a customer.
Thank you. You were
Not at
most
all,
kind.
Lassa. Thank you.
Cheese will give a little curtsy.
And
He
good, you
returns
don't
with an
have tiled
extravagant
floors.
bow and nearly hits his head on the desk.
I'm happy you don't have tile floors. Tile floors are terrible. Never put in tile floors.
I much prefer the carpeting.
I do too. Feels a little bit like grass.
I think the same thing, lass.
Without Course's hair standing on end because he's got a static shock built up. Just
You know, we're going to. I'll have to. I don't know. We'll have to see you again.
All right. I'll be looking forward to it.
do you have anything on? I heard this term recently.
What?
Unks. A hard word to say with my accent. All right, just unks.
Yeah.
Monk.
Please clarify without the
Monk.
accent.
M-O-N-K.
Monks.
MONKS! Exclamation point.
Well, that's not really a topic that I have a lot of. Truthfully, books regarding that subject are usually quite expensive. That and magic. Though for those ones, it's because they're a lot rarer and usually from very far away.
Thank you regardless.
Not a problem. Always happy to share a little bit of my knowledge.
Yeah. Welcome. With
Right,
All
Cheese will
right.
follow.
As we're exiting, or maybe like a little bit before, of course, we'll lean down to these.
Hmm?
Uh, ma'am, could I just see that book real quick?
Why?
Curiosity's biting me.
Okay.
And she'll pass it over.
Just don't fold any of the pages. I want it to
He-
look brand new
Yeah,
for Lara.
he be very careful when he's opening the book. He tries to make sure it doesn't crack. It's like you know that thing, like you open it slightly, and you just look at like the first like sentence.
Mhm.
He's just like looking at like a couple sentences.
I'm
It's
not
just-
telling you what's in
No,
there.
like Cole's just looking at it and goes, a lot of words to just say something so simple. Closes it back over and hands it back to Cheese.
And Cheese will hold it very carefully.
Corvus's altered rendition. They fuck. End of book.
Yeah.
His large lips were puckered like they kissed. That's all it says. Is they kissed.
Anyways, I want to go find Lara, and then I don't know. We'll figure out what next.
Shouldn't be too
Oh, the
hard.
Adventurer Guild. We might have to go there.
I think she told us where she's staying. Probably mentioned it to us.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you do know where
Laura-
Laura is staying.
Yeah, can't wait to just walk into a room and be like, "Hey, Laura, we got you something. Look."
In all
and
honesty,
Cheese will go ahead and
depending
start heading that way.
depending on what her personal lifestyle is, it could be the same place where Cheese and Lessla are staying at the moment.
If she's a volunteered as a band, maybe. Or as a musician there, maybe. To make give a board.
Yeah.
But-
Well, right now, Lessla and Cheese only have a wealthy lifestyle because
That's what no wealthy lifestyle is what a bard can get.
Yeah.
But she's using that place, working for it. They can pay her in board.
Yeah.
Right. Cheese will go to the place that Laura specified to
Of
stay.
course, if it's richer, of course, it's just like being his profile as low as possible. His kind, welcome, unwanted attention, snooty.
All right.
Cheese walks like Cheese, but she has her cloak on. It's nice.
All right. The cloak of billowing billows in the breeze. That does not exist.
Nice.
I forgot about that until you
I
just
don't.
said that.
Yeah.
I didn't.
I can use a whole bonus action to do that.
Wild shape? No. Style.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway,
Cheese will knock on the door. Lara's lodgings.
so Laura is in fact not staying in the same place as you are at the moment, but she is basically paying her rent with performances. You do know that right now they don't really have need of her at this hour, so now would be a good time.
Yeah. Cool.
You go and knock on the door.
Lara?
You don't immediately hear anything inside.
Lara? It's Cheese.
Maybe she's sleeping.
Cheese will
After a
turn
moment,
and
you
a little
hear
bit.
some footsteps come to the door, and you do see Laura open it. It looks like she's maybe only just woken up recently, despite the fact it's a little bit later in the day.
Oh, I didn't mean to wake you.
Oh, no, you didn't wake me. I'm just still a little groggy.
Um, I have something for you. Um, felt bad about the other day. And
Socially awkward people doing. Yes.
I figured I could give you this as a bit of a condolence. And Cheese will pass through the door. Book. It's brand new. The person I talked to said that it had only been out for a couple of months.
Oh, it's not. It's confirming that.
I just remember it was from the same author.
She looks over it for a moment. And once she sees what it is, she I just saw what Rec posted. Once
Oh,
she
boy.
sees what it is, she very quickly grabs it and like pulls it inside out of sight since Jesus kind of just holding it out in the open.
That cause is kind of blocking view somewhat.
Yes, kind of, somewhat.
Yeah.
Not enough for her, apparently.
Not enough for her. So, thank you, Cheese. That's very nice.
It's just I was just curious, and I think I overstepped my bounds. I'm sorry.
It's okay, Cheese. I'm sorry too.
Oh, mhm. I won't do it again. I promise.
Well, I'd say the same, but if you turn into a raccoon again, I might still throw a shoe at you.
That's understandable. That was a really good shoe throw. I felt it.
Well, I did miss the first one.
It can only be assumed as such. Your dagger skills are rather lacking.
Anyway, well, uh, thank you again, Cheese. And she kind of steps out a little bit and gives you a kind of half hug. She's still holding the book inside the door.
Oz is watching Lara do this.
Cheese will return the half hug kind of awkwardly. She's not exactly sure how she's supposed to do it.
Are you performing tonight?
Not tonight, no. They have
Alright.
someone else for tonight, but I will be performing tomorrow.
Then I'll come and see you.
Well, thank you.
I'll stand in the back. I tend to make people uncomfortable.
I do too. So,
You're gonna do great.
Oh, you found in the city.
it's big.
Agreed.
Is there anything you need from us?
I can't really think of anything. But if I do, I'll let you know.
And
Thank you again for bringing me here.
Cheese will give a smile and a nod. And
Of
Cheese will
course,
also make sure to give Lara the name of the place that her and Lessla are staying.
Okay. With that, speaking of Lessla,
Yes.
I'm assuming you're heading to one very specific smith.
Yes, one very specific smith. That is where I'm doing most of my work. Although I've been checking in with herbalists, seeing if any of them have the information I need.
So remind me, what specifically you're looking for from an herbalist?
The information I need to make the goggles of night.
Goggles of Night, okay. So, that is one that, it's known. It's known, but it's not, 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 but specifically getting the materials for it is a bit of a challenge. They're not common, at least not in Waterdeep.
Understandably.
But they are more than happy to provide you with a list.
Alright. Yeah.
If you're looking for anything more substantial, there are other herbalists you can try. You can try and find something a little bit better.
A list is all I need.
Okay. As for heading to the smith, you start making your way towards that one particular dwarven smith. As you get closer, you do hear a somewhat animated conversation. Not necessarily angry, but animated. Specifically, the dwarf being very animated.
What do I see as I approach?
So, walking in, you see the familiar dwarf, and he is very animatedly talking, almost like grilling what seems to be some kind of elf, who is standing there in armor it's not a style that you know. You can tell there is some dwarven influence on its forging, just based on looking at it, but it is a bit more stylized than what you usually see from dwarven craftsmanship. And as you walk in, you see him very animatedly, like getting leaning over the counter. He's physically gotten himself up on it so that he can reach over and lean over and get eye to eye with the elf while pointing right at him. And how do you know about that technique? That technique's been passed down in, I think it was the... it would be the Ironfoot clan, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, it must be because the Ironfoots taught my ancestors, and then they taught other of my ancestors, and it, went down the clan until it went to me.
But why would a dwarf ever teach an elf, especially such a strange-looking one like you?
Because we befriended a traveling caravan of dwarves. I don't really remember the history, but listen, I get it, but like, I worship Moradin. I have a dwarvish clan name, like.
See, now that's the part I really don't understand. Why is a pointy-eared, knife-eared freak gonna be going around with a dwarven name? It makes no sense. It defies the laws of nature.
Okay, so before this continues, did we ever get this dwarf's name? I can't remember.
No.
Okay.
If I
Would I have learned?
You know he's a little bit nuts, and that's it.
Well, I've been here because it's been 2 days since Blackstaff. I've been coming to this forge for the past 2 days. Would I have learned his name at all?
Yeah, you would have his name. Let me go ahead and bring it up.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, that's right. It's way back in my notes. Give me a second.
Damn, he really doesn't like me.
He's a dwarf.
He's mostly just confused.
What do you mean? This is
Dwarves swear when they're confused. Dwarves swear in general.
I'm just a dwarf that pretends to be a kobold then.
God damn it.
So he in particular is Maldar Redsteel.
Okay. So, as Lessla, she is getting behind the counter and taking off the outer part of her clothes to get ready for actual smithing. As she takes off like the overshirt to reveal the undershirt that she usually wears for smithing. She looks over to it was what was the last name?
Red Steel.
Red Steel. Master Red Steel.
What do you owe it to you, lass?
Yes. Now, it might be confusing, but do remember that dwarves make great drinking buddies.
Aye.
And good drinking buddies are hard to find. It would not be surprising if there was an elf that could hold their liquor I
ain't never seen a knife here that can take with a dwarf.
I will look over to the elf and say now, I've seen a few that can give them a good run for their money. I'm sure that if this lad's family learned dwarven smithing, that he probably has the same constitution as his ancestors. You could always give it a try.
Go ahead and roll me a persuasion check.
Alright.
I'll give you advantage.
Okay.
What the fuck is going on?
You're about to get in a drinking contest with a dwarf. That is a
Thanks.
15.
A 15. Okay. He thinks about it for a moment, looks you up and down, nods, looks back over at the strange new visitor in the shop. Alright. I'll tell you what I know, and I'll be a bit more polite. If, and only if, tonight, you meet me down at the tavern. If you can drink me under the table, I'll concede.
By Moradin's beard, do I really have to take you on in a drinking competition just to convince you that I didn't, steal my sword?
I never thought you stole it. It's too elfy to be something made by a dwarf. But I do want to know how you got a hold of it.
I've been telling you this entire time, whatever, let's just go to the tavern.
Not right now. Later. At the moment, I have jobs to attend to.
Then let me help you, and maybe you can tell me something that I'm trying to find out in return.
Lessla, while the dwarf is thinking on it, says I assume that this entire conversation has been in Dwarvish.
I can speak Dwarvish, so yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has.
Which is the reason why my accent with Lessla changed, was because she was speaking in Dwarvish.
Okay, I thought you were just
No.
listening to someone else's accent and just adopting it. I've done that before.
No, I wasn't. That was a conscious choice I made because she's speaking Dwarvish.
In order to speak a language more fluently, you have to use the accent of the people.
It's true.
Yeah.
Everyone does.
So, Lessla says this. Now, as for you, if before we can even agree to give you information, we need to know what information we're looking for.
I need to know about the dragon sighting, or where to potentially find the dragon, or I need stuff about the dragon.
I can't tell you anything about that. You're barking up the wrong tree. All that for nothing.
Lessla.
He coughs that off the table and hobbles away.
Yeah.
Lights his beard on fire, the standard.
Yeah. How tall is your character, Knight?
Taller than you.
Good question. Taller than you.
Taller than me. That's not hard.
Not hard, but I don't know.
I think elves in general are taller than Lessla.
Unless you are a drow.
No, he's just
Yes, because they are short.
looking down at you
Short.
with vaguely glowing and mirror eyes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, after the dwarf goes away, Lessla will take a step on the seat so they're at more even ground.
About yeah.
She
To be fair,
takes him on the
dwarf
step stool and
yeah.
talk to it.
Yes. Lessla will go. If it's a dragon you're looking for, the best way to do that is to try and be an adventurer. It gives you the flexibility to look around and investigate things in the town that are going wrong and around the other place. In fact, I happen to be part of a group that's looking for a new recruit, the Mithril Scales.
All right. I mean, I suppose I'll just have to tell the others that that is what I'll be doing, but that seems logical.
Well, if you're looking to get some forge work done here, though, I'm about to start work on a mole and a dagger. You can help me out with that.
Sure.
And as Lessla says that, she reaches under the desk and pulls out her own blacksmith apron and says, "I don't think he has another one. I hope you brought your own." And
Does an apron come with smith's tools? Or are they separate?
they probably come with it.
Okay,
clothing.
then I have one.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's
I
more
would assume you
narrative.
have a set of Smith's tools.
Yeah.
I do.
Right. And Lessla will don her apron, pull her glasses off, and put them inside of the one of the pockets. And I guess that's what we'll do now that... before she turns away, she says, "Forgive my rudeness. My name is Lessla Silverster. What's yours?"
Finale Grimbreaker.
Grimdraker. That's an interesting dwarvish name. I don't suppose I can make a history check on that one.
No.
Okay.
How's that spelled? Just for my notes.
I probably like Grim and Breaker put together.
Oh,
Yep.
the first name, you dick.
And although it's
Fucking
quite
smart
soon,
ass.
right, although it's quite soon, I think that'll probably be where I call it for tonight, as I'm a little tired, dealing with a headache,
Okay.
and my voice is shot after doing an Irishman and a Scotsman. Very poorly, both of them.
That's what you get for playing dwarf characters, I guess.
Yeah.
All right.
Alrighty, righty. I enjoyed this session, even if it was short.
My mouse died, and I need to use my mouse to mute the audio.
Oh, how lovely.
Ah,
What attribute is used for smithing tools? I forgot.
Intelligent.
Is it
I
intelligence?
use
Yeah.
intelligence. And thank you all for joining us. As always, have a good morning, good evening, and good afternoon wherever you are, and remember to stay frosty. For those of you who are watching this on YouTube, please like and subscribe, and ring that notification bell to get more content like that. And if you wish to support our artist or the channel, please view the links down in the description below.